Hey there, my name's Cam and I used to be a high school history teacher who just so happened to know very little about his own country's history. But now it's my full-time job to teach Australian history on YouTube. Don't get me wrong, I'm far from the most educated in Aussie history and I actually have some videos with mistakes in them. But I'd like to think that I've helped make tens of thousands of people at least literate in their own country's history by making it digestible. And do make sure to watch this video because it will make sure that you get the most bang for your buck on the channel. If I were to tell you that in the 2017 Eastern Conference Finals, the Cavs beat the Celtics 4-1, could you repeat that sentence back to me? If you like the NBA, then I'm sure that you probably could. But if you don't, you'd almost certainly be lost in the jargon. Our brains are like libraries. They crave structure and categories and can hold on to information way better when it can be slotted into a context. The fancy EdPsych word for this is called a schema. So before you go and watch any other videos, I've made a timeline of Australia's history with prime ministers, parties, and major events. Just click the first link and download it, and you don't need to sign up for anything to do so. Like a library, you can then slot any information that you get into those categories. So simply just watching the channel is definitely a good way to start leveling up your Aussie history. We can move you from being a total noob to at least being literate. But if you want to be elite, there's 4 pathways that I have, and whatever your life situation is, at least one of these pathways will work for you. The first strategy is what I call manual driving, and this is mainly for students and for pensioners. If this is you, your great asset is time, but your liability is money. A lack of cash will likely price you out of our online classroom called the Think Tank. However, I do make my reading list accessible to free members. So if you just click this option in your application, this can then get you a whole bunch of books that you can then go and look for in your local library. However, I would say that there are at least 3 downsides to manual driving. 1, depending on your existing knowledge, you may have to use significant brainpower decoding jargon. 2, the library might not have the book that you're after. And 3, this style of learning can be a very slow process. But ultimately, if you're a student, that is okay because what you do have is time and what you don't have is money. The second strategy is called automatic driving, and as the name suggests, this is for people in the exact opposite situation. They have money, but very little spare time. If you're someone who would pay to get extra time in your day because time is a more valuable asset to you than money, then automatic driving is definitely for you. With demanding jobs or kids or family obligations, you might not actually have 15 spare hours a month to devote to reading. So why not join the Think Tank where books are summarized and some pretty heady political stuff is broken down to the simplest starting point and then built up upon. Having gone through the process of learning this history myself, you just get the bits that I think are gold dust from the books. It's cheaper than a book a month, and if you sign up for a year, it's significantly cheaper. I also typically get back to applicants on the same day. I really do firmly believe that if you did, say, the modules on the trajectory of the Liberal Party, you would know their history better than sitting Liberal politicians. The third strategy is called getting an Uber, and this is for people in the hard season of having no time, but also no money as well. I mean, this really could be anyone, but I'm especially thinking of people with young families and Howard hangover era mortgages as well. If that's you, use the podcast. It's free and can be done while on the commute or doing the dishes. On the pod, I'm joined by my mates Ben and PY. They are total noobs. So you get to sit in on noobs learning our history, so it's really digestible, and it can be done while doing the dishes or walking your dog. The fourth one is my favorite one, and this is called driving a Ferrari. This is for people with both money and time. This is definitely the smallest cross-section of the audience, but I'm thinking of wealthy retirees and possibly Nepo babies. In this strategy, you can make use of the Think Tank to learn one specific part of Australian history each month and then build a strong schema in your head. Then, with all of your spare time, you can go to the reading list and get the really juicy details by reading the books. You give this process 10 reps in a year, and honestly, when it comes to knowledge of Australian history, you would easily be able to take on someone with a master's degree. Whatever your circumstances, at least one of these strategies will definitely work for you, so click the link that best applies and enjoy leveling up your Australian history.